as we look over Fresnel there on this beautiful morning. We've done a 510k loop out to Ben Lomond. We've done the coastal run. We've seen some incredible flooding. We got turned around heaps of times, so hope you enjoyed that last video. And now our next stage of Tassie will be Port Arthur and beyond.
You do get some beautiful roads in Tasmania. There's dirt roads, they're very well maintained. This one here is called what, baby?
I actually don't know what it's called.
Oh, was it Forest Drive, I thought?
Yeah, I don't know the name of the road, but yes.
So we're on a back road to Port Arthur.
Sandspit River Conservation Area.
Sandspit River Conservation Area. Wellington Walk. It's a bit beautiful. Got some twisties coming up, I think. Yeah. Steady as she goes with the van.
Well, we've made it to Port Arthur, so we're going to go and check out the historic sites.
Yeah, sad place, I think.
Yeah, anyway, we'll go and see what history has happened over the last couple hundred years. It's a bit of a tourist place now, but back in the day, there you go there, but it was much more than just a jail or a penitentiary for the convicts. Hey, hey.
It's a rainy day to come here, but that's okay.
Port Arthur is the second deepest natural harbour in Australia. Only Sydney is deeper. So this is the island of the dead. On the high side was where all the military were buried, commoners, normal folk that weren't prisoners. On the lower side, they had all the convicts were buried, with no headstones to talk about, so no one knew that they were there because they were criminals. That island you see on the right-hand side was an infant penitentiary between 9 and 15-year-old kids. It's hard to believe that at the age of 7, you could be convicted as an adult and transported to Australia for a minimum of 7 years. Well worth a visit to the gallery.
Houses, because if you're not coming back tomorrow, what's the point, right? No. Well, less talking and more houses.
Tour guide.
Arthur, my name's Andrew. I'm your tour guide for this 345 tour. I've made an executive decision that I'm going to take you into more buildings so that because if you're not going to be back here tomorrow. Well, so you did ask about that, right there. A 5-ton crane that could lift the parcels up out of the boat and put them up on this. Thank you, folks. Now, this building is called the Penitentiary. If you ever saw a picture or postcard of Port Arthur, this is the building you would have seen. I have no doubt in my mind about that. It is the most iconic building in all of Tasmania. And And for the first 13 years of its existence, this was the largest building in the colony. It took 2.5 years to build and over 865,000 handmade bricks to make it. That's over 2 years' supply of bricks just up in the left corner, just behind Fovio here. This is the original 1842 wallpaper. And it is made with crushed lapis, Brad. Take a look at that. If you were to shine a light on that, it actually sparkles a bit. That is a high quality good, as much as driving a top-notch Mercedes, BMW, Jaguar, or a Tesla. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what school you went to, there's always some place you're not supposed to go. And the place you're not supposed to go here are the officers' gardens and the governor's gardens. Unless you were assigned to work there, you were not to be in there. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Andrew. That was awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
So do go up and go all the way and go into the dark cell and also go into the chapel.
You make a good priest. So this was the jail.
Hey?
This was the jail.
Punishment.
This is a punishment cell.
They were really bad.
This is where they used to get the good flogging in here. This is where Pip would have got flogged, I reckon, if he was a little kid. He would have been Prinister.
He would have been.
And these are the cells. This is where Joe would have been working back in the day, in 1842. She's a postie. That post office looks better than one you're working at now. We'll walk through the old church grounds. The reason why it's only the facades left is that massive fires happened. Actually, 2 of them happened in the late 1800s and burnt all the timber work and the roofs, only leaving the brickwork remaining. Well, we just had an awesome day here at Port Arthur. We learned so much history of the Erdl settlement days when they first came in, the convicts.
The convicts were brought over here?
Yeah, and some of the methods that they used to try and reform them.
Yeah.
Harsh, but anyway, it's part of history that we can't change.
No.
Anyway, it was an awesome, we had an awesome guide. Look, we're in the chapel at the moment. But what a fantastic weekend that we've had down here at Port Arthur. Had an awesome day.
The furry thing.
Yes. Little babies have a little feed. What have we got up here? Mill Creek.
Yeah? Mill Creek.
Mill Creek. Yeah.
Some of them.
Started the Three Capes walk if you're going backwards or clockwise.
Did that walk there?
Where are we going now, Dave?
Keep going this way.
Cape Hugh?
Obviously
It
not
actually,
this way.
it
I
actually
thought-
says that way. There, it says it's blocked.
Oh, that's it?
You can't head west.
Oh, okay.
Not on this track, but maybe up there. Yeah, there's our track.
Hey?
There's our track down the other side.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You can see it down there, babe. Look. Where we're going to walk. That looks great. The pillars way out there. That's Fortesque Bay out that way. Suck 'em in, darling.
I am, baby, I am.
I know. Now, these things could just go, couldn't they?
Hey. Oh, she's a drop.
So I'll stand about here, eh?
Holy shit. Hope this rock doesn't go.
I stayed there, boys. I was about to get the picture of his face himself.
Oh, look at that pillar. Whoa. What do you reckon, Darwin?
Come in, babe. I'll come and have a look.
Holy dooly. This is spectacular, isn't it?
This is amazing.
Another amazing part of Tasmania. That's what we're going to call it now, isn't it? Spectacular Tasmania.
I think so. Everything is. It's just beautiful.
5.25 kilometres and we're here.
5. Well, that's sort of like 4.
We took some side tracks. Yeah, I've got a rail and I'm sending go potatoes.
Wow.
Holy cow. Come over here, Joe.
Okay. Stick your nozzle over this one, Darwin. Oh my goodness, vertigo.
What about jumping down into that?
You die. Oh no, I can't look. No way. Have a look over the edge of that one. You're a rigger, Dave. You're all right.
Yeah. Still takes a bit to get back into it though.
Whew. Well, what do you reckon, Darwin?
This morning's walk, it's just spectacular all the way. Like
Cape
the
Hugh?
view- Cape Hugh.
Cape Hugh. In that's Fortesque Bay. I can hear people down the bottom here, Yahooing. Have a look at those pillars. Woo.
What about the colour of the water?
Unbelievable. Look at that.
Just
Get your
stunning.
ass down here to Tasmania. This place is going off.
Just, you know.
How cool is that walk down there?
Yep.
That looks great, doesn't it? Got another beautiful national park campsite. We're at Mill Creek. So how nice is this? Got a great site. Just having some brekkie. We've just done, what was the name of that walk, Don? Hugh?
Cape Hugh.
Yeah, Cape Hugh Lookout, which hopefully you've just seen on the last vid. But how good is this? A great spot. So we're heading off to Hobart today and to continue our travels. We leave Port Arthur, heading towards Richmond. We pull in and have a quick look at the Tasman Arch on the way through. So we're at the Tasman Arch and Devil's Kitchen, is it?
Devil's Kitchen,
And the
yes.
Blowhole. So we're at Dew Town.
Yes, not far from Dewtown.
And we stayed the last couple of days, couple of nights over at
Fortesque Bay.
Fortesque Bay, and this morning, so walked right out in the top of that end of that peninsula out there.
It was a 10k walk
Yep,
and spectacular.
just like this coastline here. Bloody beautiful. Check it out.
Let's go check out the blowhole.
So we're at the Coal River here, just outside Richmond, and this bridge is the oldest surviving stone arched bridge made by convict labour in 1823. So some fascinating old shit down here in Tasmania.
And we drove over that with the caravan. It's very sturdy.
Yeah.
People are still using it.
Yeah, it's still getting used till this day.
A few duckies around here. It's a sandstone bridge, babe.
Sandstone, yep.
Yeah.
Amazing what they did back then. And it's also the oldest bridge in Australia. So we made it to Hobart. We've just made it down to Constitution Bay, or Constitution Dock. And let me tell you, there's a few one-way streets in Tasmania. And I found them because I was going the wrong way.
Close to scare the crapper out of me.
Nice country folk, not knowing where the hell we're going. Anyway, it's just something to be aware of.
Pay attention.
This is the dock that the Sydney to Hobart finish on.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, cool.
Look at Mount Wellington. Look at Mount Wellington in the background there now.
Oh, it's clear up there now.
This is clear. This is Mawson's hut. This is a replica of the hut they built between, I think it was 1912, down at East Antarctica. So we'll go in and have a look. Well, I've got the sun on us now, darling.
We're at the top of Mount Wellington. We're up here for the stunning views.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
I think I can see something that way.
Oh, can see a mountain top there. We're at 1,260 metres. Not that high, but we're in the clouds.
That's what
so
happens.
we can't see diddly squat. Anyway, it was just snowing a minute ago, so that's a positive.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Hopefully the sun will come out in a minute and we'll be able to see something. We've dropped a bit of elevation. We're sort of underneath the top of the clouds. We still can't see a lot. You can see up the Derwent up there, out towards Bruny Island, which is those pile of islands you can see down there south. And then as I pan across here, Constitution Dock. Hopefully you can see a bit of that stuff anyway. On the way over to, where are we at? Cambridge, which is on the other side of the Tasman Bridge. It's worth coming for a look.
When the sun is shining.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it was shiny. Got peak hour down at Tasmania. Look forward there, we're on the Tasman Bridge. Look at Mount Wellington up there. Yesterday we got up there, we couldn't see our hand in front of our face. Look at it today, absolutely crystal clear.
Beautiful
Hobart's
blue
sparkling,
skies.
isn't it?
Jeeveston. We're going to Jeeveston and we're going to go to the Tarhern Airwalk, hopefully. They have had bushfires down there, but we'll give them a call when we get there and see if they're open. I think there's a suspension bridge out over the Hauy River. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Me too, looking forward to it.
For only $10 per night, we found a great campground behind Jeeveston's ex-servicemen's club. You could get a barrow of firewood for $15, and flowing around the campground was a creek with the potential for spotting platypus.